what is something that you feel like girls your age or like teenagers, like what's something that you feel like society doesn't fully know like about girls like your age?
That question, to me, that's kind of a, I'm not going to say it's a hard question, but
Mm-hmm.
there's so
Mm-hmm.
much that I think it's just not understood by
Mm-hmm.
not just girls, but everybody in this generation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just more like we want to be understood, and not everything
Mm-hmm.
that was used on our parents will work on us. So it's like, well, my mom was like this, so I'm going to do the same thing with my child. But it's like,
That may not work.
the outcome of when your mom did that was not a good outcome. And it's just kind of like, I think this generation is more bold with our decisions. So whenever it's not good, but whenever people in this generation don't get what they want, they automatically want to like spaz out and crash out. And I was guilty of that.
Hey, girly, you're listening to the Girl Uprising podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about real life, real healing, and what it really means to grow and to glow up. I'm your host, Akila, founder, mentor, and your big sister on the mic. This is a space for honest conversations, for soft moments, and for bold reminders that you don't have to have it all figured out to just start. To just start showing up for yourself. So do this one thing for me. Go ahead and grab your journal, grab your tea or whatever makes you feel comfortable, and let's get into it. All right, y'all. So I am in season 4. We're finally out of season 3 into season 4. And with the new season comes different things. So I told you all that I wanted to interview younger women, teenage girls, just I wanted a different perspective. I was tired of honestly hearing myself talk, and although I love the guests that I've had on the podcast, I just needed like a new flair. So we have a lovely guest today, and I'm so excited because she doesn't know this, but she's my first like teenage guest on the on the podcast. And so I'm just very excited just to hear her perspective. Such a lovely young lady. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of like how I know her, and then I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Okay. So Miss Gigi goes to church with me, and her mother and her are like this. Like they're always together. They're always so well dressed. She's just in a whole bunch of activities at the church, and upon talking to her, I'm realizing she does other stuff outside the church as well. So I'm just like, girl, how many activities are you involved in? That's impressive to me. And so when I see young people like that, I know I'm like, okay, I know the parents are parenting. I know they're doing their thing. And it's impressive. So I was like, I got to get her on the podcast. Like, I have to. I'm going to let her introduce her stuff. So without further ado, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Gianna. I go by Gigi for short. I know Miss Akila because we go to the same church, and I was always pretty fond of her. I met her through a lot of activities, so I'm excited to be here today. I'm 16. I'll be 17 in a couple months. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So 16. That's such a good like milestone in life. Do you drive?
I don't.
Okay. Do you
I'm
want to?
just now learning
Aww.
a little bit.
Okay. So 16, do you have a learner's permit, driver's permit? No.
No, like just freshly learning.
Aw.
Yeah. My parents, it's mostly my mom teaching me, but
Okay.
my yeah, sometimes they'll just let me, it's random family members, they'll just let me go behind the wheel for a few minutes.
That's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary. I always get scared. I think that's the problem. Like I'm always hesitant and always just, I don't know what I'm scared of. I'm just scared that I don't like destruction. So
Well, to be fair, driving in Texas is a whole nother thing. Like it's scary to be on the road. So I'm not even gonna lie. Like that is a little scary. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the questions, possibly. Um, so how would you describe yourself, Miss Gigi, to someone who has never met you before?
I would say I'm pretty direct. I'm a very direct person. I always make sure people like, I don't like beating around the bush. I don't like sugarcoating. I don't like any of that. And probably because I was raised like that. We're kind of just raised to like face the facts, face reality. So I would say I'm a very direct person. I would say I'm funny.
Do other people think you're funny?
They say that, and the thing is, I don't like to say, "Oh, I'm so funny," because funny people don't say they're funny. But I'll just be like in the middle of a random conversation, and then somebody will just bust out laughing, and I'm like, "What's funny?" And they're like, "You." I'm like, "Okay."
Dying on the floor.
So I would say, I like funny stuff. I like cracking jokes when the time is right. What else? I like to be productive. I like a lot of I like to be in a lot of activities. I like to have as many opportunities as I can. And I would say I'm an extrovert as well.
So you like staying busy. Okay. So how do you balance your extracurricular activities in school?
Sometimes if I know it's gonna be too much of a struggle, I will not do any extracurriculars. Like if I know I'm gonna be staying up doing homework for a lot of hours, then I will not be in extracurriculars. I did that this past year. I was doing a lot of like test prep, and I really wanted to do basketball because I love basketball.
Really?
That's my favorite sport that I've played so far. But I remember I was so sad because I could not do basketball this year.
Gigi, can you really play basketball?
I wouldn't say I'm like great at it, but I think I'm pretty decent enough to where it's like, oh, who is that?
I have to come to a game because I think because I never played a sport in school. I was very like quiet, like really shy. So anything that involved me having to like try out for, I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah. It was to me, it's therapeutic because it's a way to get, if I'm being productive, any physical activity, I always make sure it kind of gets any type of stress or anger relief out.
How healthy. Aww.
Yeah. So basketball, it was the most active because constantly, I did soccer when I was really young too, but basketball, it was like actively just running up and down the court. You don't know where the ball's finna go. You have to keep your eye on the ball. It involves a lot of thinking. I like that. I like sports that make you think. I like playing defense because it's like, to me, it's also a protective thing. I like protecting what I love. And in the game, it's like the ball is what I love in this moment. So you can't let other people get that.
So, you're going to have to invite me to one of your games. I don't know. I love when girls play sports. I think because I'm just so like oblivious to it. So I'm just like, girl, you better do it. You better go.
Yeah, I don't know. Since I'm switching schools this year, so I don't know what extracurriculars I'm going to be doing in school. But outside of school right now, I'm doing martial arts and I do taekwondo.
Okay.
Right now. So I just got my yellow belt like 2 days ago.
Okay. Girl. So you're in taekwondo. What else are you in?
As far as extracurriculars that are not in church, I don't think anything. So it's taekwondo. Yeah, taekwondo. Greeter at church, usher at church. I'm in the choir at church. I'm in the youth choir and the adult choir. But youth choir, we haven't really been practicing a lot recently. So as far as outside of church, it's just taekwondo for now. Okay. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I go to my class. And it's walking distance too. So and I like taking walks. So it's a good, nice little 4-minute walk. And then I'm there. And my sensei, he's a very good teacher. I'm very fond of him.
Look at you. I love that. I gotta come. I'm impressed by just kids that do stuff like that because it takes, like you say, you have to be like an extrovert to kind of do that. And because I wasn't, I just love seeing other people who are. Yeah. I'm just like, you better kick.
I love it. Yeah. And the thing is, I did taekwondo when I was younger, but I only got to orange belt. So starting from scratch, starting from scratch in taekwondo, I kind of like relearning stuff if I forgot, and I did forget a lot. And plus, I'm older now, so it's like I'm stronger and sharper. Yeah. And of course, even after high school, I still want to continue taekwondo because I want to get to black belt. I like completing what I start.
Okay, DJ. So you said that you're changing schools. How do you feel about changing schools?
Very excited.
Really?
I'm very excited. Yes. I don't like being the new kid, but I don't like private school. I was in public school my whole life until we became Adventist, and then a few years later we found out about Adventist school. And at first I was kind of iffy about it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be excited about it, because my mom was like, if you're gonna live with me, you're gonna go to Adventist school. And I was like, okay. Aww. I said okay. But I was, of course, excited about it, but then it was shocking, like, actually being there. And I've never been the new kid. I was always, I'm not even going to say necessarily popular, but I was very known.
Very poppin'. Okay.
Yeah, and in every school that I went to, I always went from the lowest grade up. Yeah. So in elementary school, I went to, like, I started in kindergarten at one school, and then I changed schools, but it was just always, I was there from a young age. And then the middle school that I went to, I was there 4th grade to 8th grade. So
you knew everybody.
I knew everybody. I knew my way around the school. I knew all the teachers. So it was very different being first off the new kid and the new kid at a K through 12 school. So it was like everybody has known each other since they were like 5. And if not, then probably birth, because these were all people who go to church together. Yeah. And they also go to churches in different conferences. So it wasn't like Dallas Project, City Temple people. It was like these churches that I knew nothing about. And so it was very weird. And nobody, like, I'm not going to say nobody liked me, because people were pretty fond of me when I first got there. But the people who didn't like me, it was because people were fond of me. Like I remember one guy admitted to me, because I'm pretty good with, like, getting along with people. So I did become friends with this one guy. And he was like, you know, when you first got to this school, I didn't like you. And I was like, why? And he was like, I was just kind of thinking, who does she think she is coming into the school and acting like she knows everybody? And I didn't know. I only knew like 2 people when I first got to that school. And if it weren't for those 2 people, I wouldn't have probably had the courage to start to get to know people. But because of those 2 people that I already knew, because I met them, they had visited my church a few years ago, and they, like, remembered me. And I was so excited. Aww. But I remember the guy was just, like, acting like she knows everybody. And I was like, that's not my fault. People wanted to talk to me.
See, that just goes to show that sometimes people don't like you for things that you cannot control. You know, it's just like, okay, I'm in a new environment. I'm trying to learn people, and people are attracted to me because of whatever. What's wrong with that? And
then a lot of the black girls didn't like me. Like, I was shocked at, like, I was expecting to a lot, because it was a very diverse school. Adventism is very diverse. So it was like all different types of cultures. It was black, white, Mexican. It was whatever race you could think of. Even people out South Asian. Like, it was very diverse. But I expected to have some, like, black girlfriends, because, you know, they were there and they seemed cool at first and they were popular. But they did not like me.
Did they tell you why?
No, they never admitted that they didn't like me. Not to my face. But of course people would, like, and plus in a private school that's with about 20-something people per grade, it's not hard to figure out what's been said about you and who said it. So it was like, as soon as somebody said something, it's around the whole school. Around at least the high school part. So of course, I, like, knew what they were saying about me, and they were nice to me to my face, but then behind my back, it was just like, what?
Behaving.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think, like, when you know who you are, right, and you come into a space and you're just like, well, this is who I am. I'm being pure. I'm being genuine. And people don't like that.
And even...
kind of not my fault.
Yeah. And even there were, like, teachers. There was this one teacher... And he was black too, and he was like, when I first, and by the way, this is a school full of people who have been Adventist their whole life. I was freshly Adventist. I had been Adventist for like 3-4 years when I first got to that school. So he said, when you came to orientation for this school, I thought in my head, look at this little worldly girl. And I was like,
what?
And I was like, why did you think that? And he was like, you acted so hard, and you had big hoop earrings. And at that school, you're not allowed to wear jewelry. And of course, I didn't know it was orientation. So I came to school, and it wasn't even big. The hoops were like this big.
Wait a minute.
So he said, look at this little worldly girl. And he said it in, like, it. The fact that he admitted that to me, I was like, Okay.
Okay.
And I remember they just made me feel like an alien there.
Yeah, see, y'all, and that's not what Christianity or any sector of religion should be.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into a certain space and you see somebody that does things differently than you, check yourself before you try to judge somebody.
Yeah,
like,
and
don't
that's
do
why,
that.
like, that school always had some new kids. So every time there was a new kid, whenever I did kind of have a status at that school, they can come sit with me. I don't care if it's a girl, boy, freshman, senior, they can come sit at my lunch table. They can talk to me in the hallway. It's fine. Because they really just made me feel like an alien at that school. Like, being a normal teen in 2025 was not okay to them. Like, I'm getting called all these different names because boys are liking me. And I'm not even liking them back. It's just like, you're calling me this because boys are attracted to me. And because I kind of developed at a young age too, a very young age. So it was like, even at, like, in middle school, they used to say, like, when I was 13, these girls in my grade, they were like, oh, she looks 15. She thinks she's grown. No, I'm sorry.
No, you want to be grown and you're mad because I look like this.
Yeah.
You can't control that.
And I've always, like, ever since my face started kind of developing into my own and I started kind of looking older, I did get kind of hit on by older guys. Not saying that I would, like, want that, but it just always, even at church, it happens. And I have to, like, kind of.
Yeah, see, I don't play that. See,
but
don't tell
but
me
they
that.
didn't. But they didn't. Yeah, but they didn't like how I was getting attention from any type of guy, and I wasn't even entertaining it. But even at that school, it was like, oh, she thinks she's this and this and that. Like, I remember this girl. She posted about me on Instagram. It was like 5 different Instagram stories, and she posted about me. She was like, who does she think she is? She was calling me really ugly names. And she was like, she thinks she can just steal people's men. The guy that I had a crush on went for her. And I was just, it hurt my feelings. And I was a freshman at that school. So it was my first year at that school. And this girl is posting these Instagram stories about me. And I was just like, what did I do to her? And to my face, we were cool. She was on my basketball team. And so I was like, even like on the court, I remember she would pass me the ball really aggressively so I could drop it because she was bigger than me. I was one of the shorter girls on the team, so she, like, it was just a lot of sabotage, a lot, or people just making a lot of stuff up.
You know what? Okay, so how do you handle that? Like, when you're going through situations like, like that, because what you'll find is that that's how people are.
Yeah. It kind of, I'm not gonna say gave me a confidence boost because I'm not gonna say that people disliking me is good, but it was like, nobody's hating on the girls who aren't fly.
Hello.
Like, nobody's hating on the girls who aren't, like, beautiful.
Yeah.
And there weren't a lot, like, I had one, like, genuine friend my freshman year at that school because we were both new. And the girls did not like us. And we're very good friends to this day. Our dads are actually, like,
really good
kind of
friends.
buddy. Not really good friends, but they're kind of buddy. And, my stepdad does sometimes, like, some plumbing work for him. And it's really, I love that family. And she's Filipino, so it was like very cool cultural introductions to me. Like, she introduced me to, you know what bulldog noodles are?
No, what are they?
It's like this Korean brand of noodles, and she always had them stocked up. So
are
I remember
they good?
They're super good.
Okay, I'm gonna have
super
to.
good. Yeah, I think you can get them at, like, Target.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bulldog noodles.
But she introduced me to those. And she had kind of an accent, so people couldn't really understand her at first, but it wasn't really hard to. And people always kind of thought, oh, if you have an accent or if you're foreign, you're automatically kind of looked at as dumb. But she was very smart. She had very good grades.
Yeah.
So, and she was also one of, like, the prettiest girls in the school. So we both really got hated on. So I was like, man, people don't like us just because people like us.
You can't control that. I mean, you can't control, and not even, like, physically. It could just be something like you're in a new environment and you're not crying every day. Like, you're adjusting. And people hate that. You're just like, how do you hate the fact that I'm adjusting, that I'm trying to make new friends, and you're not going about it in a way like that they would?
Yeah, they just didn't like my personality.
Yeah, some of it is that.
Yeah, and I remember this past year, and I think he meant no harm because people my age, they don't realize what they say until after they say it. And I feel like I don't always have to bring attention to what people say because I'm not a person who nags. It's like, if it's not a big deal, then I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Okay.
So I remember this kid, and I was pretty open about how I haven't been Adventist my whole life. But there was this guy in my grade, and I had made breakfast for a Christmas party in one of my classes.
Aww.
And I made beef bacon. And everybody was talking about how good the beef bacon was. And then in another class, one of the kids who wasn't in that class for the Christmas party, he was like, you brought bacon to school? I was like, what makes you think I brought bacon to school? It's beef bacon. He was like, you just seem like the type to bring real bacon to school.
Are you trying to bully me? What are you doing?
I was like, is this a bad attempt at bullying? Because I just didn't understand why I was getting so much backlash for, I don't know.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It was okay. It wasn't really like I hated the school, and I'm gonna be honest about it, just because I'm not gonna say it's not for everybody, because sometimes it's not for everybody, but I feel like there are some people who would thrive in that type of environment, but I'm just not the type of person to thrive in a private school environment, or at least a small private school. Because it was very, not a lot of people know about Adventism, so it was very small, not a big population. A lot of stuff was like run down, cheap, like stuff like that. And I'm not good with kids who treat people like they're aliens, or I'm just not good with a group of bullies. So, and they didn't like how direct I was either, because I could really I could take verbal abuse from random kids, and they didn't like that. They felt intimidated, I believe.
So is that something besides, well, you said that that you're direct, but did that experience teach you something about yourself that you didn't know?
It actually taught me that I was direct, because at first, when I first got to that school, I was trying to I'm not gonna say be friends with everybody, but I just didn't want any problems. Obviously, I didn't want to go into high school beefing with everybody. So of course I was trying to be nice and everything like that. But whenever I realized that people were gonna bully me either way, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just tell people what it is. Even the girl who was posting about me on Instagram, I made it clear I don't like you.
Okay.
Not saying that I hate you or that I want anything bad to happen to you, but and I was just like even when she would try to, because she still tries to be buddy with until she left that school, she tried to be buddy, and I was just like, no. Every time she approached me, I would just be like, no, no, don't don't even waste time trying to be nice. We all know what you be saying. So that's why it was just it made me not scared to be direct.
I think that's a really good attribute to have, because a lot of us, I'm not the most direct person all the time. But especially when you go into kind of any environment, it's good to be direct, because you don't want people misconstruing what you're saying. Yeah,
I don't like misunderstandings, and I don't like to when people expect me to be a mind reader, so I don't try to expect people to be a mind reader as well. Unless it's just totally out of pocket, then I'm gonna keep it to myself, because there's a time and place for everything. But I'm not. I think being direct is and my dad also taught me, because he noticed that I was very direct. At the end of middle school, I started being more kind of honest and more just blunt and not caring what people think. And he just, like I said, my parents are it's a very good balance of different types of people. So my dad would always tell me, you don't always have to be that direct. He would just be like, there's a place and time for everything, and you don't have to always say every single detail, So, of course, I took that into mind. I hope he doesn't think I don't listen to him, because I do listen to my parents.
Oh, very good.
Even if I don't show it all the time, I do keep what they say in my head.
Yeah.
So
that's good, though. I think, like your dad was saying, you don't have to say everything, but you'll learn. It's that's why I was saying, certain things you have to experience in order to learn. And so you'll be in certain situations where you're just like, okay, maybe I said, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll just let it slide. My dad is really big on he even said this to me before, not trying to be mean or anything. He was just sometimes it's just best to sit back, shut up, and mind your business. And not because of anything I was doing. He was just trying to give me life advice. So I kind of took that into play with how I treat people now. Just kind of, if it doesn't need to be said, then of course I'm not going to say it. But if you ask me or if you provoke me to say something, then I'll make it clear.
Very good. Look at you. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I want to like switch gears a little bit. So y'all, so we go to church, and you know how some people like put it on for church, but her and her mama be putting it on. Like, so cute. I don't even really know how I got introduced to them. I probably complimented
I
something.
think we were on the greeting ministry together.
Okay.
And I had bumped into you at the door. I don't know who was greeting because we don't have the same greeting shifts, but I think you were greeting.
Okay.
And we were just making small talk, I think. And
probably.
I was like, what's your name? You were like, Akila. I was like, that is so cool.
I love, look, her and her mom. Oh, I love them. Just so cute. I mean, just every week it's just like top tier.
Thank you.
So do you feel like you have like a personal style? Like, it's, you know, how you dress important to you?
It is important to me how I dress because that side kind of came from my mom. My dad is more like, I don't care. I don't care how people think of me. Like, yeah, you want to look presentable, but he's more just kind of laid back, wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
My mom is like, every time you go out in public, I don't care if you're walking to the grocery store, you got to look presentable. So I always kind of took that into play. And also, you don't know what's going to happen, like, or who you're going to bump into that, you know, you just always want to me, I want to look my best for whatever. And especially for church, too. Because so I think my style, it kind of depends on where I'm going, but it's also kind of, if it's just like an everyday thing, I kind of like to balance like how I want people to see me culturally. Like I want people to be able to tell that I am Hispanic as well, because I kind of already have. You can obviously tell that I'm Black, and most people are always like, what are you mixed with? Are you Puerto Rican or something like that? So I always kind of make sure I include something kind of that gives off like, oh, Mexican girls. Like, since my dad is Mexican and everything. And also, I spend a lot of time around my Mexican side. So I like to kind of observe how they dress. But I kind of, I just kind of like, I like the balance. I like
That's sweet. I like that you are that you feel that it's important to incorporate both cultures. Like, I like that.
And I'm not saying I walk around with like Mexico shirts on or something like that, but even with jewelry and stuff, I kind of, and also I think it kind of brings out more exotic features of mine. So I used to be really obsessed with silver jewelry. I feel like it's a little stuff that kind of bring out like the big features. So I used to be obsessed with silver, and then I realized like I kind of started observing more Hispanic style, and I was like, they wear a lot of gold, and it looks very nice on them. I'm gonna
switch it up.
Yeah, so then I started kind of like observing like my tias, my aunts and stuff, and I have this one aunt who I'm really close with. It's my dad's sister. And she was wearing, it was actually this chain.
Oh, she gave it to you.
She did.
Yes, auntie.
We were at a quince for one of my cousins, and I noticed the chain that she was wearing, and I was like, I've been wanting a chain like that for so long, and she don't need that chain. She got a lot.
Okay.
So I was like, and she had a pendant on it, and it was like, they're the Catholic side of the family, so it was like, I think it was Mary or something, and I was like, take that pendant off, give me the chain. And she was like, fine, and then she gave me the chain. Aww. So now I never take it off.
Yes,
I never take it off. So now I kind of, to bring out the Hispanic side, I kind of incorporate the jewelry, because it's not a lot of times you see a Black girl with a Valentino chain on. So with the Mexican side, I do the jewelry, and then the Black side, I kind of take my mom's style and my sister's style, and I kind of combine it. Like, I get clothes from my older sister. Aww. I have not been clothes shopping in forever, just because I get
take
clothes.
All your sister stuff.
Yeah, or even my mom. Like,
True.
I fit a lot of stuff even like stuff that my mom wore in high school or her early 20s. Like, I can fit that stuff.
You're lucky, because that's what I used to do. My sister, I would like go to her house, and I like, let's just say if I knew I wanted to look cute for school the next day, I would go to her house and I'd be like, I just love this brown shirt that you have in your closet. Because my sister, I mean, she used to make sure that she was dressed. And so I'm like, if I wear that, I'm going to be in school tomorrow.
Yeah, and also since my sister is 9 years older than me, I'm kind of obsessed with the 2014 to 2016 Tumblr girl phase.
Okay.
So the year 2016 is like in my head rent free. And my sister, she was my age in that time period. In 2015, she was my age. So it was like, and she's like she's always been the like petite, slim one. So she still can fit most of those clothes too. So sometimes, and you know, she's grown now. So obviously she can't walk around how her 15-year-old self used to dress. So I'll be like, ooh, this shirt is really cute. Hello. You don't need this? And she'll be like, okay, fine, you can have it.
Listen, go shopping in that closet.
That's exactly what I do. So it makes me like, I incorporate like different eras that I like with my culture, and then also just my personal likings.
You think, okay, so you're very like, you're thinking about like what you have on. Because see, y'all don't see this, but ma'am has on some heels. Like she came prepared for the interview with some heels on. But I'm not surprised, y'all, because I'm telling you, in church, listen, okay.
I like to, and I'm a very feminine person. I had like a tomboy phase in like 5th grade, and never again. I was just like, this is not me.
Okay.
Like, yeah, no, I don't have to show that I'm tough. I think it was more trying to be tough thing, but I was 11, so you know. But ever since then, I kind of was in touch with like feminine things. So yeah, I like to wear heels. Even I only wear tennis shoes when it's like school related.
Really?
Or it's like an activity. But other than that, I'll wear my heels. I wear these heels with anything.
That's so cute, girl, because I could not. I think when I got in high school, like my mom and my sister, I used to wear sneakers like all the time.
I do love sneakers though.
And my mom and sister, they would say, won't you throw on a heel, like a little skirt? Like, oh my gosh. And it just made me like just start to incorporate skirts and stuff in my wardrobe or whatever. But yeah, I wanted some sneakers. Like,
yeah, in my earlier years of middle school, I was more of the, you know, pants, sneakers. I was obsessed with J's. Like my closet is just filled with J's and ones, and I still look at the cultural aspect in shoes. So I have like, there's a pair of Cortezes in my closet.
I don't know what Cortez is.
Oh, it's okay. It was like, I don't know what era they were most popular in, but a lot of like the Mexican cholos and stuff, they would wear those a lot. Even like, I think some black guys would wear them too, but it was mostly like the Mexican. Okay. Like, so they're Nikes. They look like, I can't really describe them.
You know, I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, you'll look it up.
Okay.
But I really like Cortez. They just give me a 90s, 2000s type of feel. So if I'm wearing pants or something, or an outfit that's like, I don't really like, heels shouldn't be incorporated. And I want to start getting into like more cargo stuff, like cargo shorts and jorts and stuff like that. So I would definitely wear the Cortezes with that. And I'm a big Nike fan.
I'm gonna have to Google this because I want to see.
Yeah, and even in school, you you can't wear your toes out. In my heel, every single heel that I wear, I always wear my toes out. So I always stock up on tennis shoes like J's and Cortezes, or even like Nike. What are they? Blazers. I like the Blazers. Okay. So I'll kind of incorporate that with my uniforms and stuff. I think they look really cute with uniforms. I'll wear my tennis shoes with some uniforms.
What about Chucks? Do you wear like Chuck Taylor's Converse?
I've never been a Converse person. I don't know why. That was more my sister's thing. I remember for one of her birthdays, my mom got these green Converse, like custom done, and she got them bedazzled in like green rhinestones. Aww. My sister loved them so much, she didn't even want to wear them because she was like, if somebody steps on my shoes, I'm gonna be mad.
Absolutely.
But I don't know why I never got into Converse, and I think I was actually thinking about them the other day because I've had a phase for every shoe, like Vans, J's, but never Converse. And I was like, maybe I should get into those. Like, they're cute.
I don't really see a lot of people wear them. I think maybe even like a few years ago, people used to wear them a lot. I think more people wear like Vans or whatever now, or like the Blazers. That's kind of like I guess like the same type of shoe.
I think it's like Blazers. I liked them, and then everybody started wearing them, and I was like, I don't want to walk around and ever think somebody's like in something everybody's wearing.
Well, like you said, it's how you wear what you wear.
That is true, because, like, I can make it look more throwback-ish,
Okay.
and people just like to wear them with any type of outfit. But I remember one time I sparked, like, my blazers became important in my heart. Like, I have a soft spot for my blazers because I went to go see my uncle one time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my great uncle, so it's one of my mom's uncles.
Mm.
And he's one of the favorite uncles. He was always very bubbly, very sweet, always kind of looked out for my mom. He was very protective of my mom. And we went to go to his house one day, and I was wearing my blazers. And I remember he was on FaceTime with one of the other uncles, because my mom has, like, so many. I can't even count how many siblings my grandmother has, but
wow.
We have a lot of uncles. So he was on FaceTime with another uncle, and he was like, "Hi, Gigi came to see me. Hi." And then he looked at my shoe. He was like, "I like your shoes." And it was just like, I got a compliment from an older person on my shoes. So that's why, like I don't really care what this generation says. I like getting compliments from adults on my style. Mm-hmm.
That's very cute.
Or even when my dad is impressed with something I'm wearing, it's like, I'm gonna keep wearing that.
Wow. That's very interesting. I love that. That's very cute. Okay, moving on. What is something that you feel like girls your age or like teenagers, like what's something that you feel like society doesn't fully know, like about girls like your age?
That question, to me, that's kind of I'm not going to say it's a hard question, but there's so much that I think it's just not understood by not just girls, but everybody in this generation. I think it's just more like we want to be understood, and not everything that was used on our parents will work on us. So it's like, well, my mom was like this, so I'm going to do the same thing with my child. But it's like the outcome of when your mom did that was not a good outcome. And it's just kind of like, I think this generation is more bold with our decisions. So whenever it's not good, but whenever people in this generation don't get what they want, they automatically want to, like, spaz out and crash out. And I was guilty of that for when I was in middle school. And even, like, this year I had a lot of hiccups just because, like, I felt so misunderstood, and it felt like I'm not going to be understood either way, so I'm going to just do what I want. And it wasn't good. I'm not excusing that. Don't do that, guys. But, and I would say, like, if I could go back and, like, tell my younger self something, it would be, like, just listen to your parents. Just do what they say. Just eat it, and you'll, like, thank everybody later.
Aww.
Like, you're not going to understand it all the time, but then, and I think it takes more, like, I like talking to my mom, because my mom is, she's not going to sugarcoat anything, and she's going to tell me stuff about her life and her upbringing and stuff to kind of make me understand better. And I like when people do that. Like, I want to understand why it's like that.
Okay.
Because to me, like, right now, like, before any explanation, it just looks wrong. Or it just looks like it's not going to work.
Very interesting. Okay, so to recap, you said you want to know why things are a certain way, why someone is telling you to do something, and just understanding that just because it worked for you, that doesn't mean that it'll work for. Okay.
Because I'm a totally different person, and
that's
like,
true.
Children back then, like, people are my parents' age, they were more scared of adults. And I'm not saying I don't fear authority, but it's just like it kind of went through in my head really quickly, and maybe middle school, like, there's still people just like me. Like, whenever I was little, I was always scared of adults. Like, they have more power than me, which they do, a lot of them do, but it was just like, what's the worst they're gonna do to you? Like, they're still all humans. So to me, it was just like, why am I gonna be scared of anybody? Even if they are, like, I don't care how much older they are, I was never really scared.
A lot of that is your mom, though. Probably like your upbringing, because she is, like you said, like, so direct with you, just like, hey, this is why we're doing this. You have a certain level of, like, comfort. You just like, I know that you're older, but you're not gonna, kill me. Like, I have something to say as well. So. And
my mom, she always, like, I like her because she, I like my mom. My mom is a very likable character. Like, there's nobody like my mom. Even I could stay up all night just sitting in the bed. Like, I don't like when my mom doesn't talk to me because I'll sleep in the same bed as my mom.
Aww.
So whenever I'm just like in the bed with her, I'm just like, you're not talking to me. I don't like that.
Aww.
I like to hear my mom talk. And sometimes I'll like make up a random scenario in my head or think of something random and I'll be like, tell me a story of when you were younger. And I like her story. She's a good storyteller.
Aww.
Or because my dad is kind of the more kept to himself person. So I'll be like, tell me about when my dad was in his 20s and how he was like, or something like that.
Aww.
And she'll tell me, like, she's cool. So whenever she'll sometimes ask me, do you feel heard or do you feel seen?
Aww.
And that's special because
yes,
it's like, yes. Because like with you, yeah, I always tell her with you, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she can see.
Good.
And she told me one time, she was like, on your worst day, even if you like in trouble with me or something, I can still understand where you're coming from.
Okay. That's important. That's really important because, like, you know, nobody's perfect and you will make mistakes and you want to know that, like, no matter what, my mom still loves me and I can talk to her. Like, she may not agree, but I know she's still like, okay, all right, you know.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that, like, I would never fathom. Like, maybe me 3 years ago would never fathom, like, telling an adult.
Aww.
Even if they promise, like, I'm not going to tell your mom. But, like, especially my mom. But it's stuff like, I've told my mom. Like, I've told my mom almost everything I've experienced, even if it was, like, really, really bad.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just like, and I think that makes us teenagers, especially teenage girls, it makes us respect adults more if we understand them more.
Wow.
Like if you're gonna be kept to yourself and just act like, oh, I'm an adult, you just need to listen for no reason at all. It's like, who are you? But of course, you still have to listen to authority. I'm never gonna say, like, I think that's a very good thing to teach at a young age because it's never gonna change. Like, you have to listen to the law even if you don't agree with it. But with my mom, like, being open and, like, I don't know the word for that. I'm trying to figure out the word. I'm trying to figure out the right words, but
transparent, maybe.
Vulnerable. Like, if I understand where you're coming from, or if you're being vulnerable, and then I'm gonna respect you more.
I can see that though, and I think from what I see when I see you all, you can tell that y'all have that type of relationship. You can just tell it, and hopefully you'll still have that. You know, when you get older, because it's needed. Like, you need to have somebody in your corner who you just like, I can tell them anything. Yeah. And you're not gonna judge me, and I feel comfortable.
Yeah, to me, people who don't act like they're holier than thou and just like aren't always judgmental, people like understanding that our parents are human too made me kind of respect my parents more, because it's just like, you were my age once. Like, when my mom says that, like, whenever my mom tells me a story and I kind of relate to it, I'm like, my mom is a human too. Absolutely. And even there's a lot of stuff that I'm like guilty of. Like, the guilt eats me up, even if I apologize for it, because it's like, you know, our parents can't just throw a fit whenever we hurt their feelings, but they still have feelings. And they have to go. It's kind of like they're going through something all by themselves, and it makes me feel really bad. Like, even sometimes I'll just be like, of course they're not gonna, especially my dad, he's not gonna tell me what he's going through. Yeah. But it's just like, I hope they're okay. Like, the same way they worry about me, I just kind of worry about them.
Look at you. Look, that's sweet, because it's good that you notice that, because when you're like younger, sometimes you don't understand that life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? And your parents still have to show up. Yeah. They still have to be there. They still have to go to work.
Yeah, like, for them, it's no excuse.
It's not.
There's no excuse. They have to work. They have to do everything. They do a lot, and it's like, they don't get the time, or they don't have the chance to, like, break down and cry to somebody. Or they don't feel like their kids are going to be there for them, or listen to them, or, like, hear them. So it's like, the same way my mom wants me to feel seen, I want my mom to feel seen, too.
Aw, Gigi. That's so sweet. Because
I worry, because they're still, like, after having the realization that parents are still humans, it's like,
you're like,
it makes me feel so bad.
It's okay.
Even with I think my niece kind of showed me that too, because it's like, I don't want to cry in front of my niece, because then she's gonna wonder.
It's, it's life. Like, with all that we go through, you learn, like I tell my niece this all the time, it's like we all go through things. What you do is you learn to like depend on God. You learn how to deal with it. You know, and sometimes we deal with it in a good way, sometimes it's not, but you learn how to deal with certain things. So your parents have gone through some stuff, and they've learned how to deal and cope, and that's why they can show up for you the way that they do. And so hopefully from you even realizing that at 16, when you become an adult, you'll have that same type of like empathy for, you know, other people as well, because it's needed.
Yeah, my parents, like, whenever my mom tells me like stories of her childhood or from her teenage years or even her early 20s, it's like, man, like my parents have been through a lot more than me. And my dad was in the Army, so of course he's seen more than me. He's experienced more than me, so it's like I just feel bad. It just makes me feel so bad. Like, y'all have so much trauma and y'all can't even tell y'all's kid. Like, you can't vent to your children about your trauma. Like, of course nobody wants their children to worry about them.
Well, not at 16 and 17, but when you get older, certain things will
my
come
mom
out.
does tell me, like, that's just a story that you're going to have to, or she'll be like, that's not my place to tell you, because some stories, it's like, if it involves, like, other parties or, like, another side of the family, she's like, that's not my place to tell you. But some stories, it's just like, I'll tell you that part when you're older. Something like that. So it's like, she still wants me to be a child and be in a child's place and think like a child, obviously, but she still also wants me to be in tune with reality. So I like that. I'm very grateful for like my relationship with my mom.
I love that. I can tell. Okay, Miss Gigi, please give like your last, you know, words if you want to, excuse me, kind of give like some inspiration, or if you have like any final thoughts for the people, for any of the girls, like just anything that you want to say.
Suppressing stuff is the most dangerous thing ever.
Okay.
I would say don't do that. I think suppressing stuff is what got me in a lot of dangerous situations. Like, and it could be with anything. It could be like dangerous people, or you could get into like just substances that you're not supposed to be experimenting with when you're any age, really. It's just dangerous for anybody. But just acting on your emotions is not helping anything. Like throwing a fit, and also it does not look mature. Like, I hate when people try to preach like, oh my gosh, I'm so mature, I'm gonna show you how mature I am. Even like, that's why I really can't talk to boys now. Like, I don't like talking to boys, because it's like, y'all want to prove maturity so bad, but then y'all throw fits. It's like that. Like, I just can't do it. So it's like, people they want to act like they're so mature, but then it's like, you're basically throwing a fit when you don't get what you want. Or when somebody says no or something like that. It's just like, you know, you're going to have, even if you don't want to talk to somebody about it, write stuff down or just find a healthy outlet to get your emotions out in a healthy way. Because emotions, like acting on your emotions, even when adults do it, it's just like,
no bueno.
Yeah, not good. And I would also say listen to your parents. Like, it's going to like sound outrageous when they first try to say anything to you, but then like, you'll kind of understand, like, they're human too. Like, and even having a niece, like, it also kind of showed me, like, I'm not going to tell her everything, and I'm also, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I wouldn't let her do. And I can't just sit back and watch her go out in the street. Like, I'm going to have to go get her. So stuff like that, like, everything is just for our protection. So I would say that. And also, like, get good grades. You'll be able to... Life is just so much easier when you get good grades.
Is it?
Yes.
I agree.
But that's basically it, though, I think.
Y'all, as y'all hear it, look, she knows what she's talking about. 16 years old, she knows what she's talking about, y'all. But, like I said, I'm very thankful. Thank you for taking your time out of your summer day.
Thank you.
To come and sit on the couch and talk to me. You all, I will... if she wants to. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you plan on like starting a business? Is like what's your future career goals?
Well, actually, I want to be an actress when I grow up. So I do want to. I have done a lot of acting. I have like some experience in a lot of acting. I've been in a few like plays, little mini short films, having like a few scenes, stuff like that. I've been wanting to do acting since I was in maybe second grade. So that's been like even if it's not acting behind the camera, like directing, I love cinematography. I love painting. Like, I don't watch movies for the plot. I watch movies for, like, the art.
Ooh.
Like, different types of... It's just really, really cool how people express how they think with how they produce things. So that's what I want to get into. But as far as, like, in my college years, like, first starting to get money, I'll probably say I would do something cosmetic. Like, I know how to install wigs.
Okay.
At least on myself. I want to learn how to do it on people, but install wigs, do hair, lashes, lash extensions. Because I do all of that myself now. Okay. Like, on myself. So, yeah, that's probably the goals I have right now. Okay.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna like a part 2, and I'm gonna have her mama up here, because if y'all need to see what created her. Like, her mom's lovely. But you all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, we're gonna have a part 2 to this, and Gigi, thank you so much.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you.